What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nacho Wrestling. And Elimination Chamber happened. Let's cut through all the bullshit. Let's talk about what everyone wants to talk about. Let's talk about what everybody is talking about. The John Cena heel turn. I mean, I'm not getting paid, like some of these other fuckers out there, but holy shit. I mean, it was, I genuinely didn't see it coming. I thought of it as a possibility, like a little bit, but I'm not going to be like some other people and try to say like, oh yeah, I called it. I fucking knew it. Like, no, not at all. Cause it's Cena, and they're about the most bang for their buck. And what's the most bang for their buck? The families, the kids, the adults, and, regular old John Cena appeals to families. So I figured that's what they were going for, but they're doing something different. It was a twist and a turn, and it was a real twist and a turn that I think really helps shake up this WrestleMania build. So what they do here going forward, we don't really know. Because John Cena was just on the press conference, I have it on right here on my other screen, and he kind of just came out, pulled the mic off the stand, and dropped it. Which is pretty fucking baller if you ask me. So, is he going to be on Raw on Monday? Press X to doubt, personally speaking. But, could he be on SmackDown on Friday? Also press X to doubt. I don't really know if he's going to show up. I'd like to think that Rock is going to do a lot more of the showing up for him, being his mouthpiece, because I think it would help serve the character that he's portraying now. Hell, maybe even have him do some of the old style, like live via satellite stuff that The Rock used to do back in 2012 on the build to their first initial WrestleMania match. Just a thought, it would be cool. One thing that I think has to happen is Cena's got to change up his wardrobe, right? No more t-shirts, no more ball caps. Like it's going to be suit Cena that we see like on like interviews for movies and stuff, right? Like we're going to get robotic Cena, which is pretty cool actually. I think if that's what they kind of do, like fuck yeah. It'd be all right. It'd be all right. We're going to now rewind a little bit in time to talk about the start of Elimination Chamber. And Elimination Chamber started, of course, with the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which kicked off, honestly, in just a fun way as the show ended. Liv and Naomi started the Elimination Chamber for the women, and initially I thought this was an odd pairing to start, because, as you know in my predictions video, if you watched it, I predicted that Roxanne and Liv were going to start, which, you may think is an odd pairing, but, Roxanne beat Raquel, so, it's kind of like a thing there. So, whatever. And then they teamed up together on SmackDown prior, so, there's a thing there. That would have made more sense. Until 3 seconds after the bell rang, when Jade Cargill's music hit, and she came down to the ring, beelining for allegedly Liv. But then, obviously, she was actually going for Naomi, who may have attacked her or may have paid off Liv and Raquel to attack her. We're not really sure. Commentary was playing it up that Jade knew it was her. But, the way Bianca was selling it, and then, the way, Naomi didn't even get a lick in. It seemed like okay. If it was Naomi that actually attacked her, when you hear Jade's music, would you not immediately get defensive and be ready to square up? Drop the act at that point. You know what I mean? What's going to happen one day. She's going to come back. And you're going to have to just square up. I don't think it was her. My theory is that she paid off Liv and Raquel, which is why Liv and Raquel were there at the scene of the crime. They did do it. They just, weren't doing it for their own gain or anything like that. They were doing it because Naomi like paid them to, asked them to, said, "Hey, I'll make sure, I throw the tag titles to you." Just an idea, just an idea. Triple H, you don't have to hire me or anything like that. Here's my resume. We've already been going for 5 minutes here, so I'm really just going to go over the order of eliminations for the women's match, as I will with the men's match as well. But, of course, the first person eliminated was Naomi because she couldn't compete after the ass whooping that Jade gave her. And then after that was Bayley, who got eliminated by a simple Oblivion from Liv Morgan, which I think is interesting because the Oblivion really isn't booked that strong all the time. And maybe I'm just used to the Oblivion being hit on Rhea or being countered by Rhea, so could be that. But just interesting that Bayley didn't kick out of it at least once. Which I could be wrong. Maybe she did kick out of it before, and I just didn't see it. Correct me on that in the comments, if you will. The next person eliminated after Bayley was Roxanne Perez by a lot of unintentional teamwork from Bianca, Alexa, and Liv, which I thought was really cool as well because, that helps build up and keep Roxanne strong. Like this young up-and-comer, it took so much offense to get her out because she was putting up such a good fight. I think that's really awesome. I think she put up an absolutely amazing showing. Could she have gone maybe a little longer and maybe could have been switched out with Alexa? Maybe. Just saying. Just saying. Speaking of Alexa, Alexa Bliss was rolled up by Liv Morgan, and she seemed kind of like shocked by it at first, and kind of gave Liv the death stare, but then got up and walked away. If that leads to a match on a SmackDown or on a Raw, cool. But if that's the Mania match for Liv, oh shit, no, they're teasing Wyatt 6, calling it right fucking now. It's gonna be Alexa Bliss and the reuniting of her and Nikki Cross in the Wyatt 6 versus Liv and Raquel for the tag titles at WrestleMania 41. Calling that shit right fucking now, dog. Oh, I feel confident in that one. I feel fucking confident in that one. I can't lie. But then again, Triple H may take 6 months to get the Wyatt 6 back on TV. And of course, that leaves the last two people as Liv and Bianca. And by the thumbnail of the video, you know who wins. It's Bianca Belair. She gets the win after countering an Oblivion into a KOD, which I thought was really awesome. There was some nasty spots in this little mini match that they had. Liv did a gnarly looking like throwing into the cage wall with the braid, which was really cool, really fucking cool. And then Bianca got her lick back with the power bomb like swinging spot between the cage like wall and the pod door. So really good stuff all around from that mini match that those two had. But Bianca gets the win, and then there's kind of a confrontation between her and Rhea Ripley at the top of the stage, and then Io kind of awkwardly comes out and stands in the middle of it like, hey, remember me? I love Io. It just sucks that, she's kind of getting shafted here because they are very much going, oh my god, it's going to be Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Or Io Sky. Like, they're being very, like, why have the match at this point? Just have Io be a number one contender for a long time. I don't know. It kind of irks me a little bit. Almost forgot to rate the match. Overall, pretty solid. As Elimination Chambers go, the Jade return was fun. You can count that as part of the match since the bell rang. Roxanne had a great showing. The like unintentional tag team work on Roxanne was very smooth and very crisp. I don't know. I just it was hard for me to feel like anyone else besides Bianca was winning. Like, I knew she was gonna win. You know what I mean? Like, Liv, yeah, sure, Liv could have won. Liv totally could have won. But, like, I don't know, you know, like, they had just lost the tag titles to Liv and Raquel, Bianca and Naomi, you know, being them. But, like, they had just lost the tag titles and everything like that, so it just made sense. Like, Liv got her win recently, like her big firework moment, and she'll defend the tag titles at Mania with Raquel. Very cool. But Bianca is a solo star, plain and simple, you know. And Jade and Naomi will seemingly have their match at WrestleMania, more than likely. So it all works out. Yeah. Almost forgot to rate it again. Oh my god. 3.75 tortilla chips out of 5. Pretty good. You know, like I said, I genuinely, I can't give it a 4 because, like, there were spots that were creative, and I guess I'll just rip the Band-Aid off. I couldn't stand Bayley getting eliminated that early. Sorry, guys, okay? I'm a big Bayley mark, all right? And Bayley's a really good wrestler. And, like, I know some of you think on, like, I see it on social media that Bayley isn't as good as Julia or Stephanie Becker or Jordan Grace. But, like, listen, fucking Bayley put women's wrestling in WWE on the fucking map in 2015 with Sasha Banks. And if you don't agree with that statement, then you're fucking insane. You're high. You're on crack cocaine. Okay? Because that match at TakeOver Brooklyn is chef's kiss and should be modeled by every women's match, major women's match, going forward. Sorry for the rant, but I genuinely couldn't see myself giving it, you know, like, more than 4 because of that, and I'm sorry. Next up, we had Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I'll be honest, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this match because this match fucking pissed me off. Tiffany should not be a babyface, okay? She shouldn't still be with Nia Jax or anything like that, but she should be her own sort of tweener, like, badass bitch. I said it in the predictions video, you know, and I'll say it here again, but, like, I can't stand what they're doing with the assassination of her character. I won't stand for it. I won't tolerate it, you know, so was the match fun? Like, sure. Towards the end, it was pretty cool. There were some hot tags between Trish and between Tiffany, which, you know, worked out great. Candice had a great showing. Nia had a great showing as always. Honestly, it'll be interesting to see what Nia does at Mania. I'm not sure. A match with Candice? Maybe? That seems a little below her with everything that she's done the past couple of years. Or the past, like, year or so. Not to discredit Candice or anything like that. Just, you know, seems like Nia could do something better. Like I said, I wasn't really interested in this match going into it, but by the end, they were able to give me something that was at least palatable, and I was able to be like, yeah, all right, it was okay, you know. 3 tortilla chips out of 5. Very middle of the road. I mean, I guess middle of the road is technically 2.5. Whatever. 3 tortilla chips. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in the unsanctioned match. I'd love to try and give my play-by-play of this match and everything I have listed here, but I just have a few major ones here. Number 1. Rod Zapata, you looked weird in a t-shirt. I understand that it is an unsanctioned match, so he shouldn't be wearing referee outfit. But why not just a plain black polo? Like, or like, hey, you know, whatever. You do you, I guess. But it looked weird. My girlfriend Natalie brought up a good point. Maybe it was the gloves that he had on at all times, and there was not a drop of blood. So what the fuck was the point of the gloves? Another thing that I noticed that was weird was actually at the entrances for the match. Huge pop for Sammy. Absolutely nuclear pop when you come to think about it. Kind of silent for Kevin Owens. Which is interesting, because both guys are from, like, the same province for Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, why did Sammy get a pop in Toronto, but Kevin didn't get a pop? You'd think, I don't know, maybe people are just not interested in what Kevin's doing right now. I am, glad he won. Very glad he won. Won with some nasty apron power bombs. Just, ugh. Glad they brought those out of retirement for this. I'm saying a lot. Maybe I'll put a counter up. Probably not. Yeah, there's so much in this match. I have a lot written down about this match. 4.5 tortilla chips out of 5. It was my match of the night. Confetti, fireworks, everything. Ryan's match of the night. And we had our main event match. The men's Elimination Chamber. The first two participants were Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, which I thought was great because they have a lot of chemistry together. But one thing I want to mention real quick is that Logan Paul made his entrance, and Logan Paul had a United States of America flag with him. If this was any other time period, I would say, all right, he's in Canada, cheap heat, okay. But, like, man, I'm trying to find a nice way to say this, but I'm just going to say it how I have it written down. Simply put, I don't fucking like what's been going on in the country recently, and I'm not trying to get political at all. This is not a politics channel at all. So, if you click off because of this, I understand, and I'll see you later. But I don't like what's been going on in our country, and yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't. And a lot of people do. Cool. And if you do, sure, great. Have fun being a Nazi, but I won't fucking stand for it. And if you try to fight me or be a fucking dick or a bigot or a racist and try to say any fucking thing in the comments that is disparaging to me or to, like, any race, anything like that in the comments of this video, I will fucking kick that comment so far down to fucking super hell, it's not even funny, and I will ban you from my channel and report you to YouTube, everything like that. So don't even fucking try it. Don't even waste your fucking time. Yeah. Moving on. Thank you. Some things to point out is that Logan got some fuck you chants before he even made his way into the match, which was great because, yeah, fuck you, Logan Paul, you stupid piece of shit. Yeah. He came out at number 4 and he hit a shitty frog splash and hit a shitty standing moonsault. Honestly, he was very sloppy in this match. Nothing looked crisp like it usually does. And he's worked a chamber before, so he's got no excuse. I'm going to be super hard on him going forward. So yeah, Cena came out 5th after Logan Paul, and Cena kicked some fucking ass, which was pretty cool. And then the last guy out was Phil. And my 2011 little heart, my little baby child heart from 2011, just like grew 12 sizes big. And I like when John Cena and CM Punk locked eyes, they met in the ring. Cena extends his hand out for a handshake, and Punk says, "Nah, fuck that. Give me a hug." And they told each other, "I've missed you." Like, not to be the fucking, like, you know, sweaty little wrestling guy here, but that's the beauty of professional wrestling. Fucking forever rivals. Fucking wrestling soulmates. They see each other, they lock eyes, you know, and they're like, I missed you. They get in the ring, they hug, and then they immediately start fucking throwing soup bones at each other. It was great. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. You know, and it wasn't the only moment they had. They had another moment where it was just the two of them. They had a fucking mini match. They were the final two. And it was great. Honestly, it was a really good men's chamber all in all. Cena, of course, ends out on top. And, of course, we talked about what happened after the men's chamber, which I'm not going to count that in the rating of the men's chamber match, which, that being said, I am giving the men's chamber match 4 out of 5 tortilla chips. Really good. Really great. You know, like, could it have been perfect? Yes. How could it have been perfect, you ask? Good question. First, no Logan Paul. I would have replaced Logan Paul with, like, another former world champion just so it was stacked. Maybe an AJ Styles? Or, I don't know. Fuck. I'll even take Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. He's not a former world champion, but Sami Zayn's a better choice. Anybody but Logan Paul. That's honestly how you get it to be a perfect match for me, personally speaking. But yeah, 4 out of 5 tortilla chips ain't too bad. And I'm not going to rehash anything from the segment that main evented, because I already talked about it. But Travis Scott was there. That was weird, right? And like, he kind of helped beat up Cody. That was weird, right? Is Travis Scott a full-time roster member now? Are we going to see Travis Scott on Raw on Netflix? Travis Scott versus Penta. Fucking book it. That gives Elimination Chamber a 3.8. Or, like we do, we're rounding up to a 4. Confetti again. 4 out of 5. Good job, Triple H. Give yourself a fucking Tommaso Ciampa pat on the back. Really good job. Good last stop before WrestleMania. Was it groundbreaking, earth-shattering, whatever you said it was going to be? Not really. Like, Randy Orton returned. Cool. Forgot to mention that, by the way. Randy Orton came back and teased the punt. So hopefully that comes back with him versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Because that's definitely happening. Yeah. So it was good. 2 big returns. A fucking shock heel return. Or heel turn. Not heel return. Heel turn. Just like 3 major moments spaced out seems to be a really good format for them. And that's kind of what they've been doing for these shows. 3 major moments, maybe a 4th major moment, thrown in there. But, like, it works. It works really well. So, 4 tortilla chips out of 5 overall for Elimination Chamber 2025. Let me know what you guys thought about the show overall down in the comments below. What was your favorite match on the card and why? Like I said, let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay up to date on all things Nacho Wrestling, and I will see you next time.